This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for August 30, 2023. And in the news this evening, schoolgirl shot and wounded in Kingston. The Kingston Western Police are probing an incident in which a 15-year-old schoolgirl was shot and wounded. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, head of the Kingston Western Police Division, said the incident occurred at about 11:15 Wednesday morning. SSP Phipps says the teen of a St. Catherine address turned up at Kingston Public Hospital with a wound to the upper body.
Preliminary reports are that the student is alleging that she, along with a female friend, went to the Chris Brown video shoot earlier in the day in Tivoli Gardens. Sometime in the night, they attended a party, allegedly somewhere within the Kingston Western Division. And whilst they were returning somewhere between Denhamtown and Tivoli Gardens, it is alleged that they were pounced upon by unknown assailants who tried to rob them. During the incident, one of the men allegedly opened gunfire, hitting the complainant to the upper body. A scene has not yet been established within the Kingston Western Division, and we are investigating information which is suggesting that this incident may have occurred elsewhere outside of the Kingston Western Division.
4 arrested in Beryllium, Manchester robbery, millions recovered. The police have arrested 4 persons and recovered $2.5 million in relation to last week's Beryllium robbery at a Scotiabank in Mandeville, Manchester. This was disclosed by Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and security, Fitz Bailey, at a press conference this afternoon. Bailey said a high-level investigation is being undertaken into the robbery. Last Friday, Beryllium security guards came under attack from men firing high-powered weapons while they were in the process of delivering money to the bank. The men made off with a large sum of cash after injuring 4 bystanders in the brazen daylight attack. Many teacher vacancies remain unfilled on eve of new school year. Ahead of the start of the new school year, the Jamaica Teachers Association has expressed alarm that a majority of vacancies in more than 100 schools remain unfilled. JTA President Leighton Johnson has shared details of a survey conducted by the association, the findings of which revealed that 71% of teaching positions in 102 schools remain vacant. This is a worrying trend, he said, predicting that even more teachers leave the classroom shortly. Mr. Johnson said there are schools with close to 10 vacancies to be filled ahead of the new school year, with the Ministry of Education having a protocol to utilize retired teachers to fill some vacancies. Mr. Johnson said this is being pursued and that already some retired teachers have indicated their willingness to return to the classroom. While conceding that there are not enough of these retired teachers available to fill all the vacancies, he said there is an opportunity to secure experience in the classroom at this time, as well as a coverage of classes that would have gone without a teacher.
If you were to look in the Sunday paper and to see the number of schools that at this minute, and I call this the 9th hour, the number of schools that are still requesting or requiring suitably qualified individuals to submit applications for vacancies that are existing in schools. So the trend is that at this point, schools would have settled already. I know for myself, speaking specifically to Mushet High School, to date I am still out 4 teachers. And we know that in prior years, the tradition is that on September morning, you would have had your full complement of the staff ready and rearing to go. We have seen from teachers right across the sector, from the secondary school level, from the primary level, as well as the infant school levels, where there are schools that are in desperate need of 1 teacher up to 8 teachers at this time. There are not many of these individuals here. However, it will be able to secure experience in the classroom at this time, as well as coverage of classes that would have gone without a teacher. So I think this is something that can be utilized, and I would just want to urge our retired teachers who are available, who are able-bodied, who are willing to go back into the classroom to take this opportunity of earning an additional income at this time.
Transportation Steering Committee put forward a proposal to fine-tune fare adjustments. The Transport Sector Steering Committee has put forward a proposal for the fine-tuning of fare adjustments for the public transport sector. Operators of public passenger vehicles have been clamoring for a fare increase, citing the rising cost associated with operating in the sector. Transport Minister Daryl Vaz says the committee met Tuesday to examine the issues affecting the sector, including fares. Minister Vaz says it is hoped that deliberations on the fare adjustments will conclude at a meeting scheduled for Thursday.
That will set the stage for recommendations to come through the process, as I know that that is a pressing matter. The whole issue, the burning issue of a fare increase, is going to be finally dealt with in terms of how it is handled, which means coming up with the formula that will dictate the need for a fare increase. And then, of course, what I've also asked is, instead of it being done ad hoc, that a timeline for reviews are done, whether it's annually, biannually, whatever the formula is best, rather than it just being ad hoc and coming to the minister from different organizations, different formulas, different figures. Everybody agrees on this template in relation to what are the inputs that are required to trigger a fare increase review.
Police nab accused the rapist during ministerial tour. Police escorting a ministerial tour of sections of St. James on Wednesday reportedly stopped to help a screaming woman who accused a man of rape. It is alleged that the rape occurred on Melvin Hall Avenue in Montego Bay. The police were nearby at Jarrett Park when they heard the woman's screams. They responded, taking the accused into custody, even as he proclaimed his innocence. The woman, meanwhile, was whisked away by cops. The incident temporarily put a tour by Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, on hold. MOE Mullins sanctions for school administrators who act outside grooming policy. Principals who bar students from school because of grooming infractions may face sanctions under the draft National Grooming Policy. Minister of Education and Youth Favour Williams said the draft policy is being disseminated to schools and the ministry is considering penalties against the schools that breach the guidelines once it is finalized. With the draft policy in place, as soon as we finalize it, we're gonna have to think about sanctions because you are putting children in danger. When you lock them out, you are denying them education as well, she said. The draft grooming policy will serve as the benchmark against which school administrators ought to formulate grooming rules. Speaking at a post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday, Williams emphasized that it is not a policy of the Ministry of Education to lock out or send home children who show up to school and are not in 100% compliance with the school rules. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.